My name is Kathleen Keller. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Nutritional Sciences and the Department of Food Science at Penn State University. I got my PhD in 2002 from Rutgers University. I was trained in the Department of Nutritional Sciences, but from the start my training was really highly interdisciplinary. I worked with a mentor in the Department of Food Science, and she was interested in sensory evaluation and taste genetics. So from the very beginning, I was approaching the study of health and nutrition from the perspective of food and behavior. The primary question that motivates our research is why people make the decisions about food that they do and why they eat the foods that they do. And we're primarily interested in studying the individual variations that drive child eating behavior and appetitive behavior. We eventually want to apply what we learn to the development of health interventions that are sustainable and can prevent chronic disease. So we apply methodologies from neurobiology to genetics all the way up to community health interventions. The first question that we tackled when I got to Penn State was to understand the mechanisms behind the portion size effect. Why do people eat more when they're given larger portions of food? I was very interested in the research that Barbara Rolls had done and others had done, showing that when you give people larger portions of food, they tend to eat more. But the mechanisms behind the portion size effect had really been elusive. So the first thing we did when we got to Penn State was we did a study where we measured children's responses to foods that varied by portion size and energy density using a method called functional magnetic resonance imaging. In addition to that, we carefully phenotyped eating behavior in children by giving them meals across 4 different visits where the portion sizes of all the foods varied. So we could assess their portion size response in the laboratory and then relate that to their brain response. This was really the first time that anyone had begun to discriminate the salient features of food, in particular portion size, from energy density. And what we showed is that the brain really processes portion size and energy density very differently. Energy density engages areas of the brain involved with appetitive response, liking, and motivation, whereas portion size is really processed in an area of the brain involved with self-control. We're hopefully going to apply this information to the development of more sustainable and effective weight-based interventions to help people moderate their intake. Eating behavior is highly complex, and it makes sense that in order to really study it, you have to approach it from multiple angles. We routinely collaborate with investigators from nutrition, food science, neuroscience, psychology, engineering, information science, and really the list goes on. A couple projects that I'd like to highlight are involved with improving overall diet quality in children. In one project, we applied theories from psychology to test whether or not children would eat more vegetables when they were given a variety of spice blends on the vegetables compared to when they were given the same vegetable with the same spice blend. This really pulls on theories of habituation and sensory-specific satiety. We also integrated genetic markers into this study, and we found out that genetic taste sensitivity actually moderated the effect of the intervention. A related project is work that we're doing with culinary scientists to improve the taste of school lunch vegetables for middle and high school students. In addition to that, we're working with individuals from information sciences and computer programming to develop a video game to teach children how to eat in response to hunger and fullness cues. Children can use this game to learn about digestion and to learn about how much food is appropriate to eat at a meal. We're hoping that these interventions can help children have better overall diet qualities and also prevent diseases like childhood obesity.